How did I balance marriage, fatherhood, and a demanding career? Well,
I mean, you've gone this far, and that's a long ways to get that far. But that's a lot farther than you would be if you just stayed where you would. Reason for breaking the rules. And if he couldn't break the rules, him and his little... clique of rule-breaking, troublemakers. If they didn't break the rules, they wouldn't attain the highest goal. So it's very peculiar, but it's a very, very common mythological notion. The hero has to be a monster, but a controlled monster. Batman is like that. I mean, it's everywhere. It's the story you always hear.
I've asked my undergraduates frequently how much time they waste per day, and general estimates are like 6 to 8 hours of time they regard themselves as wasting. Like, that's a whole career right there, right? So if you just stop wasting time, you can do a tremendous amount, especially if you also try to maximize efficiency. And I always found that incredibly motivating. A motivating game. How much can I do in the least amount of time possible? That's fun to try to do that, as far as I'm concerned. I know, that's maybe undoubtedly a temperamental thing, but if you're wired that way, that's a great meta strategy. Become efficient. I always ask my graduate students when they were designing experiments, they'd come with a proposal. I'd say to them, is there any way you could do this 10 times faster? What would you have to cut? What would you have to change to do this 10 times faster? And you can learn to do that. I also learned to force the task to fit the time. There's this dictum, work expands to fill the time allowed for its completion. Work expands to fill the time allowed for its completion. Well, there's a corollary to that, which is work becomes more efficient in proportion to the restrictions of time placed upon it. So if you say, well, this could take me 2 weeks, but I'm going to do the best job I could in one day, you'd be amazed. You can get 90% of the way or 95% of the way or sometimes even farther in that day. So that's another way of becoming efficient. You know, if you only have 10 minutes to do something that should maybe take you 2 hours, maybe you can figure out how to do it in 10 minutes. You can get dreadfully efficient. So that's very much worthwhile in my estimation. If you want to do a lot of things, what else are you going to do? You know, rather than become efficient, if you want to do many things, you don't have much choice. But I found it extremely entertaining.